and it was wonderful. It was wonderful, and I'm not going to say anything else about it. They're a good company. I know that they're having problems right now. That's all I'm going to say. So, where do I find my people? There is a specific website that I'm not going to mention where I find my people. Here's why I'm not going to say it. I've been doing this for about 10 months now, where I talk about this, and I found that so many people were finding this one website that I use, that it was actually making it more difficult to find good talent there. So a couple months ago, I stopped telling people what it is.
Yeah.
I stopped telling it for free, because when you see what is there, it will shock you. You will literally, when I show people this, they start going crazy and they stop listening to what I'm saying and they start using it, right? Because it is amazing, the amount of talent, the kind of talent that you will find there. And, I don't know why this site isn't very well known. It probably took me a year to find it, and I don't even remember how I found it. I just stumbled upon it one time, and it is so good. I mean, this one website I like to say is worth $500 a month for the rest of your life, because instead of finding someone with Agents of Value at $700 a month, you're going to find someone here for $200 a month, the same person.
Wow.
So like I said, I don't tell this for free anymore, but there is a dang good place to find people where there are thousands and thousands of people asking to be hired. And that is what I use to hire people. Now, for me now, I will use that. I will also always ask my people, who do you know that has this skill when I need someone? And they usually have someone. I have 6 people working for me, but you can do, that's another good way of finding good people. Just so you know, and I'll tell this, when you are looking to hire someone other than a programmer, the only qualification that I require is that they speak English. And depending on what I want them to do, they speak good English. Right? That's the only qualification. I don't care if they know SEO. I don't care if they've done articles. I don't care how much internet stuff they know. All that stuff can be taught. You're not going to teach someone to write good English.
Yeah.
Right? So good English is my only qualification, unless it's a programmer, and then I want to know how good of a programmer are they, right?
Well, and it's interesting with somebody that you hire full-time yourself as well. One of the things with another business partner that I worked with, we hired a guy originally through Agents of Value. And the interesting thing is, once we brought him on full-time for us, we actually brought him on outside of Agents of Value later. And when you don't have something, let's say, because we were worried about, wow, what are we going to keep him doing for 40 hours a week? At first, we thought it was going to be hard. And then, of course, you start finding lots of things. But there were times when we would go out of town and not have a whole list of things for him to do. Well, we would say to him, do you know how to use WordPress and know these certain things with WordPress? And if he said no, we would just buy a course on WordPress, give it to him and say, for the next week and a half while we're gone, learn it. And like you were saying before, if you hire somebody on Elance, what you would give them that knowledge, it would be gone. They would leave. Well, our guy, we would constantly do that. We'd say, do you know how to do this? And if he said no, we would just buy him a product that we had, or give him a product we had, and tell him, learn this thing. And then you constantly get the value from that knowledge, because he's a full-time employee, like you said.
And it's amazing how that changes your idea, your ability to assess business ideas and say, I can do that. I know I can do that. My guys can do that.
Absolutely.
So I don't know what you guys want to do. I would guess. So I have an audio that tells about this, that tells about where I hire people, the specific website, and it gives a whole bunch of other tips too, like what I have them do for me and how I manage them, how I pay them. There's a whole bunch more stuff in that audio. My guess is you guys will provide a link to where people can get that audio.
Yeah, we're going to have. Yeah, I mean, we've been checking out this program that you're talking about, and it is just awesome. I mean, if as if people couldn't already tell based on the kind of information you're giving for free in this interview, this program that you've created, Replace Myself, is just amazing information. I've just had a chance to glance at it. I know Jeremy's gone through it a lot more, thoroughly, and he's been raving about it. But definitely, people can go check that out at getreplacemyself.com. if they want more information about that, getreplacemyself.com, and it's absolutely worth checking this program out. I mean, I think it's very evident based on what you're telling us here in this interview that this is any business owner, even an employee, I mean, like you said, even if you still had your job, could benefit from this information. It's just this whole concept of outsourcing, just life-changing stuff when it comes to true lifestyle design and attaining the lifestyle that you want. So very, very cool stuff. And we're glad somebody like you has cracked the code for us, and now we can just follow the system that you figured out,
Good. Let me talk for a second about getreplacemyself.com and what it is, because there's three parts to it. Number one, there's the audio. That the first half of my audio is free, and then the second half covers that's not free, and this is the first part. The first part is this audio, listening to it, because it will change everything you think about your business and outsourcing, right? That's number one.
It's even worse that we actually knew about outsourcing, and I listened to it and went, "Oh my gosh, I missed a lot of things." Right? Like, we thought it was really cool what we were doing. Then you hear it and go, "I have to redesign a lot of things to make it work so much better."
Yeah.
So
that's number one. That's the first part of this. The second part of this, and so that is like an hour and a half, that audio. The second part of what I did with getreplacemyself.com is the training for you, which is like 2% of what it is. It's not that is designed to help you hire someone quickly, to help you understand the mindset, to get you going, right? There's so little there about that because there doesn't need to be a ton. Once you've listened to the rest of that audio, you understand it. You know what you need to do. The 98% of getreplacemyself.com is training for the people that you hire. So this is not, I specifically designed this way. This is not a program for you. This is a program for your guys so that you don't have to work. Everything else that people buy is something else for them to do. It's one more thing that they have to do that they don't have time to do. This is the opposite. This is designed to take away all of those things from you. What you get with Get Replace Myself is not something for you to do. It is something for you to give to your guy and say, go do this. It is training on how to do article marketing correctly so that you don't ever have to think about it again. But you know that it's happening and it's happening correctly. It's training for how to run your AdWords account correctly. It's training for how to do video marketing correctly and how to use that Traffic Geyser account that you're paying for. It's how to do directory submissions correctly. And I actually partnered with Directory Submitter and give that software to your guy in the Philippines. It is training on how to properly use Facebook and MySpace and Squidoo for your business, right? Not for personal use, but for your business. It's training on how to do SEO correctly. It's training on how to set up WordPress correctly. It's training on how to install scripts correctly. Everything in there is designed for your guy in the Philippines so that you don't have to work at it, right? And it's stuff that immediately they can do to improve your business. So the three parts of getreplacemyself.com are the audio, which is for you. There's an hour and a half. Then there's like 2% of it, which is for you to help you, in addition to that audio stuff I couldn't fit, of how to get hiring someone quickly, because it will change your business. It'll change your life. Everything else is not for you. Everything else is for the guys that you hire, because that's how you live the lifestyle. That's how you live the dream lifestyle, the 4-hour work week lifestyle, whatever you want to call it, the laying on a beach in Mexico lifestyle. For me, it's the playing golf every day after I spend time in the morning with my kids lifestyle. It's not, you don't get that by doing the work yourself. You get that by having other people do the work for you.
Yeah, it's really funny because right before we did the this interview, we were talking about different things that you do and don't do, and Jay's like, "What do you actually do?" And it was like, "Play golf." It's like, what? We've got a lot of work to do to get rid of the work we've got to do.